Hi, everybody, and welcome to Seeking the Sacred Earth. So, I've gotten a lot of questions over the years as I've been doing these videos. Why do I call it Seeking the Sacred Earth? So, I just want to speak to it for a hot minute. In my personal healing journey, I found that my biggest breakthrough, my biggest surge of awakening and healing came when I began to really focus on something that was greater than myself. Now, that you can call higher power or God or guides, or, there's so many ways we as humans describe the connection we have to that which we cannot see. And as I began working with faith in something larger than myself and humbling myself and surrendering my will to align with that higher will, the divine will, I began to notice that nature really opened up. What I mean by that is there was so much focus in my life on healing trauma that the negative thoughts and negative memories were all consuming. But when there was this awakening to connect with a higher power, there was room to focus on something else, something beautiful, to focus on the good. And it just began as simple as the steps to recognize what was around me, the beauty of what was around me, the beauty of the trees, really observing what animals were around me and in my environment. That also led to really connecting with the people I was with when I was with them. It all brought me back to what we call, staying in the moment and staying present. There is one key element to this philosophy that I live, and that is that as humans, we are a part of nature. You cannot separate us. We're the top of the food chain on the animal kingdom, but that's not because we're the strongest, because we're definitely not the strongest animal. In some ways, we are the most vulnerable animal on planet Earth. Our young take longer to individuate than any other species. We have to protect ourselves through shelter and clothing and weapons against wild animals that are stronger than us. We are an intrinsic part of the fabric of nature. It is us. We are the children of this planet, just as every part of the animal kingdom is. And that humbled me and allowed me to see nature not just as my equal, but as a part of this higher order, this higher power, as a part of infinite spirit. And yes, I have indigenous culture in my blood, but it was much bigger than that. The connection was, to follow the moon cycles, to follow the seasonal cycles, the midpoints of the year, to really be in touch with the seasons and to seek out oceans, rivers, lakes, because water holds memory. It is part of the consciousness of the planet. To really seek out the peace and the serenity that comes through communing with nature, through being outdoors, through noticing what's around. And even if you're in a city, you can experience this through the parks. There's so many ways we can experience this, even if it's just to play a track that has nature sounds while you're meditating. So when I say in this title, nature and nurture, it's because what I found in my healing journey was that nature was the most powerful medicine. It allowed me to focus on something bigger, but it also had this compound effect because it's focusing on something bigger, but something that's beautiful. And that's why the idea of walking in beauty is so important to me and why I teach it and share it. Because that which we focus on increases. And when we need to overcome challenges, trauma, loss, Sometimes we have to be in those dark places. Those dark nights of the soul are a part of human growth and soul expansion. But on the other side of them, we have the energy to focus on something more beautiful. Thank you so much for viewing.